Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Mama Amin Faiz bin Rizal from Group 1, and today our group will be explaining and demonstrating on how to navigate and use Pratt. As you guys can see from the screen, we have prepared an infographic poster to help you guys use Pratt. So, today's presentation will consist of 5 major components, which consist of, firstly, how to install Pratt, which will be explained by me. Secondly, how to run Pratt. Third, how to extract sound into Pratt. Fourth, how to start analyzing. And lastly, how to read the sound pattern that we have extracted into Pratt. So before we get deeper into today's agenda, allow me to tell you a little bit about Pratt. Pratt is one amongst many computer softwares that specializes in analyzing sound or audio. With the help of Pratt, we are able to further dissect and analyze an audio or speech or sound and further understand it in a very detailed manner. Pratt comes with a variety of functions, such as recording function, where you can record your own voice, and also uploading functions, where you can upload an already pre-existing sound or audio, where then you can analyze the sound and audio further. What makes Pratt a better choice compared to other sound analyzing softwares can be seen from how beginner friendly Pratt is and how easy it is to navigate Pratt. Now, enough with the introduction, let's get right into our main agenda for today. The first step that we need to do before we are able to use Pratt is for us to download it. To download Pratt, simply open your search engine and search for Pratt free download and click on the first link that pops out. As I'm using Windows, I will choose Pratt for Windows. If you're using other software, choose the one suitable for your software. Once you have clicked on the link, you will see the interface as such. From here, you will want to read to the instructions that is written on the interface and pick which options that suits you. Then, click on the option you choose and wait for Pratt to be downloaded. Once Pratt is downloaded, a zip folder icon will appear on the screen and you will want to click on it. Then, you will see a program which is called either Pratt.exe or Pratt. This will be the program that we will be using to analyze our audio. You can drag this program and place it on your desktop or wherever you like. The logo for the software will look like this. This is all that you need to know on how to download Pratt. Now, I will be passing it to the next presenter to continue on the next part. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Daniel Adrin binti Mama Rapi and I will be explaining on how to run Pratt. So, now that you have the software on your desktop, you want to click on it and wait for it to start. Then, 2 tabs will appear on your screen. One writes Pratt object and the other one writes Pratt picture. Go ahead and close the Pratt picture as we will not be using it to analyze our speech. Now that there's on your Pratt object on your screen, you will see a few different functions which are Pratt, new, open, and save. To analyze speech, we can just focus on the new, open, and save functions. Now, I will briefly explain the main usage of these functions. Firstly, the new function. Upon clicking the new function, you will want to focus on the 2 main options available at the very top, which are record mono sound and record stereo sound. Most of the time, you would want to pick the record mono sound if you want to use and record your own voice to analyze. You should only pick this record stereo sound option when you have 2 distinct sources of sound. The next function is the open function. Now, if you are planning to analyze an already pre-existing sound from your device, you should be focusing only on the first option, which is read from file. By clicking this option, you will be able to pick any sound that is available on your device. The last function is the save function. The save function as the name suggested, is used to save the progress of your analysis. Once you have chosen whether to record or pick an audio, you can then save the function to save the sound in the suitable format. That is all from my part. Now, I will pass the demonstration to Nur Aina Balkis to explain how to extract sound for analysis.
Thank you, Dania. My name is Aina Balkis binti Muhammad Khairuddin, and I will be explaining how to extract sound into Pratt. As mentioned previously by my friends, there are two ways you can extract sound into Pratt. The first way is by recording your own voice, and the second way is to pick a pre-existing sound file from your device. I will be explaining step by step how to extract sound using both of the methods, starting from the first, which is recording your own voice. So firstly, what you want to do is click onto the new function, then click on the first option, record mono sound. An interface will pop out which look like such. Here you will see a lot of functions. For the sampling frequency, it will be automatically set to 44,100 Hz, but you change it to your preferred frequency. Now, we should focus mainly on three things, which are the record, stop, and play functions. To help you further understand, you can refer to the example of demonstration that we have prepared on the screen. To start recording the audio, simply click the start option and speak into your device's microphone. Once you are done, click on the stop button. If you want to hear the recording again, click on the play button. If you are not satisfied with your recorded sound, simply click the record again and click stop once you are done. Once everything is complete, you want to rename the sound you have and click save to list. If you want to keep recording a new sound, or save to list and close if you are done recording. The recorded sound will appear here, and then now moving on to the second method, which is how to extract a pre-existing sound from your device. Firstly, you have to make sure your sound file is saved in the standard types such as MP3 or WAV, which is WAV. Pratt can usually read all standard type sound files. Then you want to click on the Open menu and click the Read from File option and locate your sound file. Once you have located the sound file, click on the file and it will appear on your screen. Okay, that is all from me. Now I'll be passing it to Ainul Safwan to explain how to analyze the sound file.
Thank you, Aina. My name is Muhammad Ainul Safwan and I will be presenting on how to analyze the sound. Before we start, I would like to clarify, even though there are two ways of extracting the sound, the way of analyzing them is still the same. Thus, we will only be using one of the sounds as an example. With that out of the way, let's get started. Now that you have the sound file on your screen, what you want to do is click on it. Once you click on the sound file, on the right side of the screen, there will have many options. From here, you want to click on the View and Edit option, and you will see an interface as such. You will see two graphs, a waveform and a spectrogram. These two graphs shows the detailed dissections of sound patterns from sounds that you choose. These graphs may look complicated, but worry not, as my friend Shafwan will be explaining how to read these graphs on the next part. As you can see, there are many functions within this interface. The functions above are not really important for your sound analysis. However, the functions below are quite important. To explain the use of each of these functions, we will show it through demonstrations. First, you can click the in and out functions to either zoom in or zoom out on the waveform. If you were to right-click on the graph and drag it, you can select the part of the graph that you want to focus. And to zoom in on that specific part that you have selected, simply click the cell function to select the part and the in function to zoom in. By doing this, you can see the close-up of the waveform in a more detailed manner. If you want to view the whole waveform again, simply click the all function. And lastly, by clicking the back function, will bring you back to the original slate of the waveform. Now let's move on to more advanced stuff. Cat also comes with an annotation functions that can help you annotate the waveform of your sound. To use this function, there are a few steps that you have to follow. Firstly, with the interface as shown in the video, simply click on the sound file. With all of the options on the right side of your screen, click on the annotate functions and pick the to-text grid. You will see a pop-up on your screen like so. Here, what you want to do is for the all tier name box, simply rename it to your liking, such as words or phonemes. And as for the second box, simply leave it empty and click OK. A text grid will appear right below your sound file. To start annotating, simply click on the text grid file and drag it together with your sound file. You will see a few options on the right side of your screen and on View and Edit, and you are halfway done to start annotating. You will then see the same waveforms and spectrogram, and also a few new things. Here what you will be focusing on are the white box above and the one below. To start annotating your sound, first select the part that you want to annotate by right-clicking it and dragging it. Then press the Enter key on your device to create sections or boundaries to help you annotate your sound easier. To annotate the part that you have selected, click on the part and then write what you want in the box above. The text that you write in the box will appear in the one below. You can create the annotation as much as you want, and if you want to delete a section, simply click on the section, then click on the boundary menu on top and click remove. As simple as that. And also, if you look closely on the right side of your screen, you should see a red triangle. Clicking on this triangle will give you a phonetic chart where you can use it to annotate your sound, and that is how you annotate your sound. Now, once you are done annotating, you will want to save your annotation. To save, simply get back to the tab shown and click on Save function and select what kind of file you want. Make sure you are only selecting the text grid file and not both the text grid and the sound file. If you want the text grid, if you only want the sound file, then simply select the sound file only, and if you want both, then select both of the file and save it. Then select the location you want the file to be saved at and click Save. You can view the saved file by searching the file and clicking on it. And there you have it for my part, which is how to analyze the sound. Next, my friend will be explaining how to read the waveforms and spectrograms. That is all from me. Thank you.
Alright, now, this is a picture of the sound that we have selected. You will be wondering what's all this picture about. So, I, Muhammad Ahmad Shafan bin Muhammad Shafarizam, will explain to you the description of the picture from the selected sound. From this picture, the sound has been categorized into two sorts of forms. Each form has its own function and explanation. The top half of the picture is waveform, while the bottom half is called spectrogram. Waveform shows the wave pattern of the sound as selected. It is the simplest form of sound. However, many people still don't know how to read it. Waveform consists of two scales, which are vertical scale and horizontal scale. Sound pressure is shown from the vertical scale and time is shown from the horizontal scale. So, the waveform is showing how pressure varies with time. Sound pressure can be increased or decreased. An increased magnitude of the sound pressure of the waveline represents high amplitude and vice versa. As you can see, there is a dark and a light spot of the waveform. Moving on to the second half of the picture, which is spectrogram. Spectrogram is more detailed than the waveform. From just a single spectrogram, we can know the intensity of the sound, pitch, formants, and other details. The intensity of the sound is shown from the dark bar of the spectrogram, which is called voice bar. Voice bars can also be functioned to differentiate the words P, T, and K from the words B, D, and G. In Pratt, the intensity of the sound will be highlighted with a yellow line as the darkness of the band will be marked in the waveform. Alright, first, pitch is a rising and falling form in the spectrogram. Pitch is used to show the stress weight of the sound as well as the intonation of the sentence and tone of the word. We can access the pitch in the Pratt by opening the pitch setting and click display pitch. The blue line will appear on the spectrogram as it will represent the pitch. Next is formant. Formant is used especially when we are analyzing the vowels of the word. It may indicate where and how vowels are pronounced in the spectrogram. The red dots in the spectrogram will represent formants. Lastly, we can also discover the duration of the word pronounced by using the spectrogram. The duration of the sound will be shown at the bottom of the picture. The duration of speech sounds is a very significant feature. It can be utilized to compare the length of time of a particular sound or pause. For example, the closure duration of P, T, and K is longer than that of B, D, and G. To summarize, our group has managed to operate and explain how to use Pratt effectively as a medium to analyze audio. We hope that our sharing will be beneficial for each and every one of you and can help you to use Pratt better. We have reached the end of the video. If you have any inquiries, feel free to ask in the comment section. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.